after Rachel Zegler has been getting roasted hard for her comments.
It's obviously a very convoluted subject, and I'm not fully equipped to talk about all of the gritty details.
Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged. Truly, we believe that. There's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy. And
people suspect she's doing some PR damage control.
The reality is she's just not stable. Like the majority of people in Hollywood, they're just not stable human beings.
A police report has leaked, and the name at the center? Rachel Zegler. Once hailed as Hollywood's next Golden Girl, she's now allegedly under investigation by actual law enforcement. This isn't just bad PR. This isn't just another backstage meltdown. What's coming out of London right now could end her stage career permanently. Sources close to the Evita production claim the director filed an official report after a disturbing backstage incident, one that allegedly involved Zegler, shouting threats in a heated outburst. And here's the twist no one saw coming. It was all caught on camera.
Congratulations on all the success too, Rachel.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Rachel, you got time to pass some water back for us, Rachel? Rachel, please. Rachel, you got time to pass some Rachel? Maybe on the way out?
Whether it was security footage or a phone recording, depending on who you ask, the confrontation was reportedly caught on camera. Insiders say the footage shows Zegler making what they describe as unhinged and aggressive comments toward E, the director, during a private moment just off stage. It was never meant to go public. But now, it's spiraling into a full-blown legal nightmare. Filing that report wasn't just a warning shot, it escalated everything. This isn't just a celebrity temper tantrum anymore, this is something far more serious, with consequences that could reach police stations, courtrooms, and beyond. But here's the real question: what pushed things this far? Why would a director go to the authorities against the lead star of his own show? What happens next is even messier than you think.
It looks like all this agenda is for the sake of girl power, for the sake of wokeness, for the sake of ridiculousness and stupidness that women bring to entertainment much of the time nowadays. When all a woman really has to do is be attractive and don't screw it up. That's all a woman really has to do and be.
Tensions on the Evita set didn't erupt overnight. This was a slow burn. And the warning signs, they were there from day one. From the moment Rachel Zegler landed in London to join the West End revival, something felt off.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes? I needed a job. I'm being so serious. I mean, a lot of people keep asking me. Hi, Adam. My agent's over there. Hi, Ken. My lawyer. My entire family is here. Hi, everybody. Sorry. No, I mean, the reality was we were in the middle of a pandemic and I was not working and I couldn't get a job for the life of me because West Side Story hadn't come out yet, and it was really hard to book work for me. So I was really excited when this came in my inbox. I loved the first movie, and the fact that they even wanted me to come in for a callback and then a chem read and then everything in between. I'm so lucky that I got this job. I made some of my best friends on this job, and I just absolutely adore this movie.
At first there were whispers, quiet ones, missed rehearsals, icy exchanges with crew members, sudden mood swings that sent rehearsals into chaos. People made excuses. She's under pressure, they said. She's young. She'll settle in. But time didn't help. It only made things worse.
Okay, I'm not making this video to actually trash on Rachel, though I do want to say that Entertainment Tonight is circulating around that clip as if it's an apology or related to the Snow White debacle, and it's not, it's old. She's actually in a bad spot because they're doing the writer's strike and she can't talk about the film. She can't really clean up the stuff that she said that people find to be so offensive. I just wanted to add that they were probably coached into saying things like she's not going to be saved by the prince and this is modern, etc. And she's putting it into her words, and Gal Gadot is putting it to her words. But this isn't like a mistake from Disney. They know what's in the film, they read the script, they acted it out, etc. So the things that are coming off so badly to us is, I mean, they're a participant, but it's Disney's fault. The thing about Disney is they seem to despise the things that made them a household name, and a lot of their customers who made them what they are. So if you're upset that Disney doesn't seem to understand, or is maybe even revolted by the old Snow White, maybe you're just not their customer base anymore.
Zegler, once hailed as a breath of fresh air after West Side Story, quickly gained a different kind of reputation, one insiders now describe as volatile She reportedly challenged direction mid-scene, dismissed notes with sarcasm, and even stormed, off stage entirely. At the center of the storm, the director, a seasoned West End veteran known for leading massive productions with quiet control. He'd worked with difficult stars before, but behind the scenes, even he allegedly admitted Zegler was pushing boundaries no actor ever had.
That's not where my problem comes. I'm all for it. Go for it. But what she's doing in press, and these are interviews that I believe were done before the actors' strike, but of course are now being brought up on the internet. She's basically talking about how much she didn't like the actual original movie, even saying that it scared her, and then talking about how the love story in this isn't really going to be at the forefront, that the prince, yes, has been cast, he's in it, but might be cut, Hollywood, and that the prince in the original film was problematic and was creepy because he was stalking Snow White. I just can't believe that Disney's PR hasn't silenced her on this yet. The live-action movies already have a problem where people are kind of over them and they don't like the changes that are being made from the originals to these. And with this one, we're definitely going to see some change.
Multiple sources say the director tried everything. Private meetings, gentle feedback, even rewriting blocking to accommodate her. But nothing worked. Then came the breaking point. During one rehearsal, Zegler allegedly refused a correction in front of the full cast. What followed was a tense, silent standoff between her and the director. So uncomfortable, witnesses say, the entire room froze.
Sorry? I'm human, talk to me as such.
That silence didn't last. What Zegler allegedly said next was loud enough to leave a lasting impression. And unfortunately for her, it wasn't just remembered, it may have been recorded.
Not to add fuel to the Rachel Zegler Oscar fiasco, but why did they have these women, all Disney princesses, all stated as Disney princesses, come out to present, but not include Rachel Zegler, who's going to be Snow White? They're clearly acknowledging Disney princesses from movies that have not been released yet. Someone must have had this conversation and then they purposely left her out, even though she was the only one with a hit movie this year of the four. Did anyone else notice this, or am I overthinking?
If you search Rachel Zegler's name on YouTube right now, it's all hate videos. Is that really just about Snow White? Or is there something deeper going on, and dragging Jenna Ortega into it for clickbait? That's wild. What does Jenna even have to do with this? Let's be honest, most people don't actually care about Rachel's Snow White comments. They just want another excuse to jump on a woman's hate train. And honestly, this is starting to feel familiar. Reminds me of another actress who faced a full-on smear campaign. But that's a story for another day. Point is, I'm not going to sit back and watch another woman get torn apart like this.
If you YouTube Rachel Zegler's name, only hate videos will pop up. Is this because of Snow White or is this because of something else? And even using Jenna Ortega for clickbait is insane. What does Jenna have to do with this? I'm sorry, y'all truly don't care about her comments about Snow White. Y'all just want to jump on another woman's hate train. This is actually looking pretty familiar. Kind of reminds me of another woman that had a hate campaign. But that's for a different video. But yeah, I won't sit back and let another hate train on another woman continue.
A police report, a leak, a threat, and Rachel Zegler, once hailed as Hollywood's next Golden Girl, now allegedly being investigated by actual law enforcement. This isn't just bad PR, this isn't just another backstage meltdown. What's coming out of London right now could end her stage career for good. Sources close to the production say the Evita director filed an official report after a disturbing incident backstage, one that allegedly involved Zegler shouting threats during a heated outburst. And here's the part no one saw coming. It was all caught on camera. Security footage, or a phone recording, depending on who you ask, reportedly captured Zegler making what insiders are calling unhinged and aggressive comments toward the director during a private confrontation. Just off stage. The moment was never meant to be public, but now it's spiraling into a full-blown legal nightmare. Because filing a report wasn't just a warning shot, it was a move that escalated this drama from celebrity tantrum to something far more serious, something with consequences that could reach police stations, courtrooms, and beyond. But what pushed things this far? Why would a director go to the authorities against the lead of his own show? What happens next is even messier than you think. Tensions on the Evita set didn't explode overnight. This was a slow burn, and the signs were there from day one. From the moment Rachel Zegler touched down in London to join the West End revival, something felt off. There were whispers, quiet at first, about missed rehearsals, icy interactions with the crew, and sudden mood swings that disrupted production. People tried to brush it off. "She's under pressure," they said. "She's young. Give her time." But time didn't help. Zegler, who was once seen as a breath of fresh air after West Side Story, quickly developed a reputation that cast members now allegedly call volatile. She reportedly challenged direction mid-scene, dismissed notes with sarcasm, and at times stormed off stage entirely. And at the center of it all, the director, a seasoned West End veteran known for steering massive productions with calm precision. This wasn't his first time dealing with divas, but even he reportedly admitted privately, Zegler was testing boundaries no actor had tested before. Multiple sources claim the director tried everything: private meetings, gentle feedback, even rewriting blocking to make things easier for her. Nothing worked, and then came the breaking point. One rehearsal spiraled out of control after Zegler allegedly refused to take a correction in front of the cast. What followed was a tense standoff. One so uncomfortable, the entire room went silent. That silence didn't last, because what Zegler allegedly said next was loud enough to leave an impression. And unfortunately for her, it wasn't just remembered. It may have been recorded. Zegler can allegedly be heard in a full-blown tirade, shouting at the director with what's been described as a threatening tone and language. One source claims she accused him of trying to destroy her career and made a chilling statement that crossed the line from disrespect into personal threat. She wasn't acting anymore, one insider said. It wasn't performance, it was rage. And here's the twist. This wasn't an isolated blow-up. The director reportedly showed the footage to producers, who were already compiling complaints. That's when things escalated. The director didn't just confront her, he walked out with the footage in hand. And less than 24 hours later, the police were involved. For a moment, there was silence. No official statements, no backstage chatter, just a heavy, awkward stillness across the Evita production. But behind closed doors, the director wasn't waiting around. According to reports, he took the alleged footage straight to the authorities. A formal police report was filed, naming Rachel Zegler as the individual responsible for what he described as a direct verbal threat made in a professional setting. And this wasn't done in secret. Word spread fast. Cast and crew were quietly informed that the incident was now considered a legal matter, meaning interviews, questions, and possibly subpoenas down the line. One source said the director told police this wasn't about celebrity drama, it was about feeling unsafe in the workplace. And when a situation reaches that point, especially in the post-Me Too era, it becomes a legal liability no production wants to touch. What's more disturbing is that this wasn't the first time complaints about Zegler had surfaced. There were reportedly internal HR reports from earlier, in the rehearsal process, documenting what crew members described as verbal intimidation and disruptive conduct. None of it had gone public, until now. And now, with a formal report filed, everything changed. Because even if no charges are ever pursued, the optics of a police report tied to an A-list actress in the middle of a live theater run, that's career poison. Especially when fans and media start asking one question. If things were this bad, what else don't we know? And that's exactly the kind of question that makes PR teams panic. The moment the police report became public knowledge, the Evita set shifted overnight. Security protocols were quietly updated. Zegler's backstage access was reportedly restricted. New, larger, more alert security presence was seen near the dressing rooms. One insider put it bluntly. They didn't say she was banned, but they sure started acting like she was. According to leaked emails, the production team began reviewing her contract line by line, looking for any clause that could justify a termination without breaching financial obligations. And they weren't the only ones asking tough questions. Zegler's talent agency, one of the biggest in the world, has reportedly gone silent. No public statements, no press defense, just a quiet, calculated distance. Disney, who had previously cast her as the face of their billion-dollar Snow White reboot, is said to be monitoring the situation closely. Executives are deeply concerned about how this story could impact upcoming projects, especially now that every headline features words like threat, police, unhinged. Meanwhile, several Evita cast members have allegedly submitted written statements to producers about Zegler's behavior, most of them describing the environment as unstable and emotionally draining. Some refused to comment publicly, Others have asked to be reassigned or quietly released from their contracts, not wanting their names attached to what's becoming a PR catastrophe. And Zegler, she hasn't said a word. No interviews, no Instagram notes, app apology. Nothing. Just silence, but in the entertainment industry, silence isn't always neutral. Sometimes it's strategy, sometimes it's guilt. And sometimes it's just the calm before the storm. To be continued, continued,